Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 2, The First Shake. I'm your host, Black Freight White. I'm here with my other host.
Comp Gang, we back.
We litty again.
Nah, man. You know, I took a trip down to the studio and that.
Finally, dog. Finally.
You're right. But I think we had two different experiences, man.
I mean, I try to be nice. The tip-off tournament, they get money, you know.
No. But I think the tip-off tournament was lit, though. I think it was.
It was lit, though.
Because everyone's telling me, like, oh, it's a different atmosphere when people's in there, you know.
Yeah, it's lit.
First of all, if you going down there and you bring a hoodie.
It's cold in there.
I was zipped up, wishing I had a beanie. I would have had a snorkel. I would have had all that.
It was cold in there.
I would have had all that. I ain't gonna lie.
It was cold in there, no doubt.
Yeah, it was definitely cold in there, but we definitely had two different experiences. I can tell you that. When I went there, I felt that it could have been more.
All right, so tell me what you disliked about the studio. Let's start there.
Can we start with what I like? You know, we're not giving.
We can start positive. I mean, obviously just happened. We can start positive. Go ahead, my brother. Do your thing.
The studio's small, but it's really confined where you can tell that if it's a lot of people in there, you're gonna get a good amount.
It'll look lit.
You're gonna get a good amount of excitement.
Exactly.
The way it's set up, you're able to hear everybody. I like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That was cool. What I didn't like, it's nothing to keep the audience engaged.
True that.
And also depends on the audience age group that's in there. I'll get back to that in a few, but
yeah,
like we could have had a little basketball. You know the little basketball.
Yeah, little hoop, little nerve hoop.
Yeah, popping popcorn.
Exactly.
My Hershey's Kisses. Now I'm grown. Like I don't want no Hershey's Kisses. I'm good. No disrespect. No disrespect. I was just saying like that was a cool idea, or whatever. But I mean like y'all could invest in a little popcorn machine.
You're right, and they have. I mean, during the tip-off tournament, they did come around with snacks, but it was security guard.
Chips?
We got candy and all that.
Okay, we just got chocolate. I mean, it was a different day, you know.
Security guard realized that we needed something to keep us going, so he started passing out chips, water.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Candy. But no, they need to make that part of the experience, though.
Yeah, and you know, another thing, there were like 4 kids there, you know. And when I tell you them kids was the life of the show, they were the life of the audience.
That's what's up.
And I feel like the 2K League in general, we need to get more children inside the studios.
Definitely.
You know, hit up the charities, hit up the schools, get some school trips. When I tell you them kids was the show, shout out Tommy Cook. He was explaining how he won $50K last year to the kids.
That's what's up.
They was asking him, how much money you had left? That boy said, worry about my finances. Really good at
that sounds like Cook.
Another little thing, kids, they were just like all up in Rainbow's ear, like, oh, let's go Rainbow, don't worry about them.
That's what's up.
It was just a really good, you know, experience for the kids, and it's great to introduce them to eSports, and that's the way that we will always be able to grow.
And I think you're right. I think that's a great way to bring in the community. And one thing about New York, we need more after school stuff. We need more programs like that. That could be a program.
That's a fact.
You just bring it in people throughout the summer.
Right there, 15 kids. Just show them a different thing. Show them a different career path.
Exactly. Everybody ain't got to be going to the NBA. You go to 2K League.
Definitely. Everybody love 2K, man.
Because look, majority of the players is from New York, so it ain't nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump. So
Another thing I noticed while I was at the studio is a little bit. Let's head into the next topic. All right, we're gonna talk about the sliders.
I mean, you sure you don't want to get into it?
No. It was just a little different this time around. I felt, man. That boy Compete could not hit a shot last week. Don't send me no numbers if he shot well. It's the eye test. From the eye test, he was breaking. Okay,
it's hard. It's a Hall of Fame.
It's a fact.
And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
I mean, I'm not coming against Compete. I'm just saying this week though. That boy was hitting any open shot. I'm interested to see how Game Drake gonna look on the sliders from the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because he used another one, the point guard. Them point guards are struggling with the shot.
They are struggling.
With the shot. Kuda was another one.
Oh yeah, definitely. 2 guards are starting to figure it out
now. ZDS. I see people asking ZDS.
He's my MVP. We gonna get to that though.
Chill out.
Chill on pay the bills.
The game sliders didn't change for ZDS though.
Not at all.
That's a different topic. Definitely didn't change for ZDS.
All right, so we're officially in the topic 2 game sliders. Let's talk about it. So people don't know it's Hall of Fame. That's number 1. It's Hall of Fame. So that's why when you see a lot of shots, they're not going in. Hall of Fame has got to be perfect pretty much. If you ain't hitting the green, it might not drop.
Them big whites.
Yeah, they're not.
Gotta pray.
Exactly.
Big pray, especially on that play sharp build.
Exactly.
And that's really what it was, and I feel that they lightened it a bit. But if they did lighten it, the players would have known.
Exactly.
So what's your thoughts on that? On them just adjusting stuff without trying to play?
It didn't feel like it though.
It didn't feel like it. But what are your thoughts on them not telling players? You know how like
I think you should tell players because then they're gonna try to adapt to it faster, and you don't want that. You want them to keep playing like.
And let them figure it out on their own. I mean,
yes.
League of Legends, Smite, those type of games, they allow, like, they give the full, this is season 3, this is what we taking out, this is what we nerfing, this
That's
is what
definitely, and we could do that for next season, definitely, or we update this.
First season,
not for the first season. I think it should figure it out. I think, because you know how 2K players are. We're so quick to adapt. If we know what it is,
we're going to break it.
We're going to break it, yeah. We're going to be looking like, we'll go out there, we going to slip over.
They're going to be looking... Oh, okay, I see. So it's a skill gap type thing.
Yeah.
You know, the smart one's going to adapt.
Exactly. They'll learn it. And they're playing the game so much, I feel like they'll pick that up. The minute, if you're as good as they say you are, as you're the 102 in the world, you'll pick it up.
Right away.
My jumper hit?
That's something we could agree on. That's something we definitely could agree on. That's something we definitely agree on, man. Speaking of sliders, man, them sliders just kept people in games, in my opinion, man.
Yeah.
Take us into topic 3.
All right, going into topic 3, we got Magic and Grizz Gaming. So where you want to start at? I'm going to let you lead the way because you was in the building.
Listen, no, I wasn't in the building for this one. I was in on Saturday. But, I mean, one of the Grizzlies players definitely did retweet me. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, really?
Shout out my boy. Yeah, because after the Grizzlies caught that win out, I tweeted something like, I was like, we here, Grizz Gaming, no new fans, keep that same energy. I was like, keep that same energy. We don't want no new fans.
No new fans, no.
But we're going to start off with the Magics, man. Shout out the Magics.
Now, who they play? The Blazers, right?
They played the Blazers. Last week, we definitely said that this was blowout games.
Definitely.
Blowout games.
Definitely.
And the Magic showed that they were competitive and were able to stick in it. I mean, there is no pushovers in this league.
I don't know if that means that.
I'm on the same page with you because the topic we just talked about before that as far as sliders and
exactly.
games. I'm looking for the skill gap, and I'm looking to see who got the skill gap.
Exactly. Now, I don't know if it's a combination of, like we said, did they move the sliders up to try to help the Magic and the Grizz, or is it that a team like the Blazers just took them for granted? Or even the Pacers, for that matter. Did they come in?
Let's get right to the Pacers. The Pacers threw some bread. They threw a lot of money was on Pacers in Vegas, and Cody Parent threw some bread. We ain't gonna get to that.
He point shaving. Sports gambling free now. He point
shaving. That boy just threw the bag. Leave him alone.
Right, so we go
back to Grizz Gaming. We back to the Magic.
Back to the Magic. Good.
I mean, Portland, I think definitely underestimated the Magic. I can say
definitely. It felt like that when you watched the game. It felt like they kind of was like they wasn't hyped.
You know.
They didn't take it seriously.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
They never come out flat like that again.
Exactly.
They said that.
They just was going through the motion. Like, we can play. And that's good to know that they can play their bad game and be a team like that. But that tells you something.
That tells you a lot about that. That's exactly why the 2K League have them high in the power rankings still, even after a bad shot last week.
Of course.
You know?
It was so bad, I thought they lost at first. I was like, yo, they lost. I was like, no, they won.
I told my homie, like, come on, man, you better not go on the chill. You good. But, you good. Don't worry about it. And, you know, they also said, like, they're not flying in from Portland to play one game and lose.
True.
They had to leave right after that game.
True that.
Imagine that. You fly all the way from the West Coast.
We got to talk about that, too. Traveling, how the league is doing the travel. That's weird to me. And the schedule.
They still working out the kinks. We're gonna get
into that.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna give them a little pass.
We'll give it to week 3. We're gonna get to that for next
week 4. Alright, we'll give them a pass. Alright,
we'll give them a pass.
Grizz Gaming though.
Let's talk about that.
Gaming, though.
My boy Athletic African. Alright, so give me a breakdown because I didn't get to see the beginning of the game. So give me a breakdown of. Cause I heard they switched positions. So tell me exactly if you remember what positions, who was where.
Authentic African was at bringing up the ball on a small forward, I believe.
All right, so they did the hood type thing with a hood and wolf type thing.
They watched film from other teams, came in, broke the game.
All right.
Winning State Zone was on the shooter.
All right, so he was playing the 2.
I believe Fee was on.
That's the best way to hide him.
I believe Fee. Come on.
It's the truth though. If you want to hide somebody in this league, you put him on 2.
He was playing the 1, man. He was Come on.
If you want to hide somebody, that's the best way, man. Put him on the 2.
Put him at the 2. That's a fact, though. The two guards really.
The two guards will either shine or die in this league.
Outside of Screddy, outside of ZDS, nobody had figured out the two guard.
Exactly.
So that's probably an easy way to hide them. So they did that, but unfortunately, the Pacers just underestimated the Grizzlies.
They definitely did,
and they deserved it.
They did.
But here's the thing. I had a homie, and he was hitting up Grizz game and talking about you should put Authentic Africa the small forward. That's what I'm always saying. These people are watching. They know what to do. Come on, I'm sure he.
It's simple.
Everyone knew that, and he put him at small forward, came up the court, and he
dominated.
Dropped them boys off.
Now let me ask you this: with Pacers gaming, do you feel like, and this might be too early to discuss this? Can we just gonna talk about this later? But just for this topic for right now, because we can talk about the Pacers versus Grizz. Do you feel like Guna was really a top point guard, or he was just delaying everybody?
Chill out.
Is it too early to say that?
Ain't no too early to say that, man. Guna was never a top point guard in my eyes.
Okay.
No disrespect to Guna. He was always a great stage player.
Okay.
He had a few matchups with a great point guard on our pro-am circuit, BP. I think Guna dropped like 50 on him, whatever the case. I mean, everyone was saying like it was delayed. We knew it was delayed. We know you've been playing on delayed. The EU servers,
it's
not
true.
The best competition level, Guna.
True that.
No disrespect to the EU competition. I mean, nothing from his accomplishments. Now it's just gonna take some adjustment for him to get.
But what about JLB? JLB out here balling.
That's what Grant say? TBA, TBD. That's to be determined. That's to be determined. Nah, I'm not taking nothing away from the Euro players, man. It's just that it's really hard to play point guard, and only the best are gonna excel at it, And apparently, right now, Guna just isn't the best, and that experiment just didn't need to happen.
And they have to stop doing this. Pacers, Cody, if you're out there listening, you gotta stop experimenting with lineups because it's too much at stake every week. It's too much at stake. Go with what's gonna win. You know Guna got to run PG.
You know what it was?
You got to keep Wolf as more forward.
You would take that risk too, though. You
just
got your guy.
Oh, Grizz gaming, yes, I would take the risk.
Yes, everyone underestimates. It's just what they say. You don't. Games still have to be played.
True
Stop
that.
underestimating teams.
True that. Grizz gaming, I'm gonna try something. I don't know it's as drastic as taking Wolf off a small forward. I don't know if I would ever did that.
But Wolf is a great lock. But here's the thing: locks. It's no need for them in this
league, yeah.
So
because it's Hall of Fame, you don't need defense is not necessity because shooting's low.
Oh
so
my God. So it's just
that's why I didn't make sense. Like you never take Wolf over small forward.
Let's put ourselves.
I feel like Wolf is the LeBron James. Like he said, he's the LeBron James of the 2K League. He is. He's a LeBron in terms of. In terms of, he's the best player of pure small forward. That's someone that I've always seen play small forward that carry over to the league as small. Not someone like Hood who could play both PG and small forward, no more for small forward. It's different.
Yo, shout out Wolf. Wolf, you showed up. This 2K League stuff. You showed up. Shout out you. This LeBron thing, Wolf. You skip past.
I've watched him for a long time. He's always showed out. He's always been a good defender. He's always made the best play.
Yeah. Wolf is great.
So I know when Cody drafted, he was like, I gotta do different than everybody else. Everybody's going point guard, center. And I gotta go small forward and change the dynamic.
Here's what I have to ask you though. Okay, you just get your starting point guard, your perceived starting point guard, the day before the draft starts.
Yeah.
Had one practice with him. You see how Grizz gaming is going. You see their trash. You see Wolf. You know Wolf is the versatile player. You know he's gonna bounce back. Are you not gonna give your supposedly point guard pick a chance to showcase his ability now?
See, that's what I would have did. That's what this mistake Cody made. This is where it comes to once we always go back to this coaching and having a NBA / basketball IQ. I know I'm playing lesser competition. I'm not changing anything from when we won. I'm gonna make sure Guna, if anything, I give Guna more responsibility against Grizz so that he can show out. I want.
He's gonna give him more responsibility.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I'm putting the ball in your hands. This is the first game. It's on you. We live and die by your decision at point guard. Why I'm doing that? Because this is a lesser team, and if it goes wrong, I still got Wolf at small forward, and we can still clean it up in the second half and win the game.
So you're not gonna do the complete overall.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change Wolf. I cannot change Wolf because that makes no sense. Even though Wolf is a very intriguing person because you get lulled into thinking that he could play.
That's what I'm saying. You think you
can move him, but no, you don't want to move somebody who's doing great.
But you're still gonna have that backup plan, that contingency plan in motion just in case. Okay,
Exactly.
second half, let's go.
Exactly. The reason why it didn't work, if you put Wolf at 2 guard, like you said, there's no backup plan. Now, when it's going bad, you're stuck with Guna.
Okay. All right. We could agree on that too. I feel like we're agreeing a lot today. We
on point today, man.
Yeah,
the debate gonna come in on that MVP tracker. Cause you told a lot of smack, and we gonna get to that later.
I still said
it's early.
It's too early. There's no debate. It's a civilized show. We don't gotta fuss about it.
We ain't gotta argue every week, y'all.
It's a civilized show.
We ain't gotta argue every week.
On to Fab Gaming. So moving on to Fab.
Your boy.
Exactly who I said.
The GOAT of 2K, I like to call him.
Who never gets any recognition.
I'm gonna talk about that too. Go ahead. We gonna get to that.
Listen, man. 2 great comebacks. About 500 steals in 2 minutes to complete the comeback.
Word.
I mean, part of that is kind of because the Wizards bottled that though. Nah.
Just shake your head on Wizards Gaming. They getting the Tony Yayo. They just love.
Those my guys.
You can't see Wizards Gaming. They lost out there.
I said
they lost in the storm.
No. I said they wasn't gonna win this game. I said they gonna bounce back. I just said they were gonna lose this one too.
You did say that.
I know they gonna get right. But anyway, Fab is what we talking about. Let's give that man his credit. What do you have to say about Fab's late game play? Because you was hard on him when he went down and lost by 20. Oh, I seen like 3 other tweets. Oh my God. Fab got to be a better leader there.
True that.
He got to do this.
True that.
Why can't he be more?
True that.
Why can't
bring that energy over. I love it.
It's a Fab way. He got a haircut. They went to the barbershop. He got a haircut. He was throwing up like this.
Yeah.
Like, that's my dog. He getting more and more confidence as it goes.
I want to say this about them. You could tell. And not to cut you off, but to cut you off.
No.
The leadership, man. You can see him now starting to emerge as a leader on that team. That was everybody's fear. Even the Celtics fear when they drafted him too.
No fear. That's why they. Oh, okay. It was their fear because they made him.
The history.
They made him comfortable.
Yeah, they got him.
He was a great. All right.
They had to get players around him to be comfortable.
You get that pass.
Thank you, sir. But you see it now. They're the only team. And you can quote me on this, that turned around, show the back of their jersey, show their name. It's like, look, we a product. We Celtics crossover gaming. We here. We're not just face, see our name, see our numbers.
Man,
so, and then you know that came from Fab, so that's what you want to see from him. You want to see that from your number 2 pick. That swag, that we the best.
You know what it is? He never had to show it. You know?
True that.
He never had to do all that. He's always got to pray. Now that he's in this environment that we're able to see it, and he has to be more out there.
Definitely.
And now he's seeing the players face to face, and now he's getting more comfortable because Melo East is right next to him, or 2 spots away from him. And Melo East is standing up. Like I seen on the Twitch chat, Melo East, you hated, boy. Keep it up. And you know you're doing something right when you hated. On the Twitch chat, my top 3 worst players. That's what they say. No, top 3 most annoying players: Melo East, Dave Fry, and someone else. That's what they said on the Twitch chat. I'm like, wait. I'm like, yo, those are people that bringing the. Y'all talking. Y'all Twitch chat. Y'all don't know nothing, man.
Anything positive is a negative on Twitch chat,
man. But yeah, so I'm in the studio. Melo East standing up. Once Melo East set that trend, Fab sets the trend. And I mean, not sets it, Fab starts. And now, guess what? Melo East, you don't have to set the trend no more. Fab sets the trend.
Exactly.
He the leader. Now, y'all follow behind him. He's always been y'all leader.
Exactly.
Now he's getting more comfortable. Now he's talking his stuff. Now he's doing what he got to do. And Fab showed out. He's confident late game. Those 2 comebacks, man, that shit was impeccable. And it's really shown. That's it.
Now, I want to say this. I'm going to give you some props for the first time in this season. I'm going to give you some props.
On what?
Fab.
I'm in defense mode right now.
Fab.
Okay.
Is good player. And we knew this already. I didn't know how great he was until I seen those 2 comebacks. He finally stood above the team that was drafted. Okay. It was bigger than the pieces around him. He made that comeback.
I can see that point of view for some.
Yes.
I can see that point. Okay.
He made that. Now, when we get to the point later in the show, the MVP tracker, will he be in that? I don't know.
That's your segment.
I ain't going that far with it yet. I can't feel that, but he's earning my respect as a leader and as the number 2. I'm seeing number 2 pick out of him now, and that's important to me.
You know what's crazy? It's really only gonna get better from here on.
And that's the beauty of it. Bringing in Rico, he's gonna mold that, shape that, make it greater.
As he gets more comfortable, it's
definitely
only gonna get better.
Definitely.
And you know, while we here to talk, we just gonna talk about composure.
Definitely. You know, composure.
We just gonna talk about composure.
So where can we start? Can I start with composure? A team that had, let's say, bad composure or bad late game composure was the Kings, and they rectified that. Remember, they lost in the tip-off tournament. All their games are 4 points or less.
Big shout outs to Worth and Cole.
Definitely. Timely Cook with the game winner.
That just weren't able to see it at home. Halftime, that little 2 5-minute break. You know what Cole was doing? He was doing that Houston, Dallas, wherever he from. That Texas shit. That boy Cole got up his seat. I wish you was sitting next to me. I'm about to get up and tap you. I swear to you, Cole got up his seat. He went to every one of his teammates' ear. You got this, boy.
Wow.
Let's do that.
Real. And that's what you bring in a Colt for. He is that type of player.
He put his hands around everybody and gave him an adjustment. Word to everything.
And that's the beauty of Cole.
Cole, the only player that stood up his seat to walk around to everyone.
And that's why
it wasn't no huddle, nothing. He just walked around.
That's why you drafted Cole.
Drafted, worked in Cole.
And I said that from day one. I said you like other centers because they can do a little bit more here and there. But that intangible that Cole gives you, that on the floor coach, that on the floor GM-ish feel.
GM, off-court GM.
Yes.
Man, y'all boys better stop playing with him when he's sleeping in them little trucks and y'all got him on the little periscope.
Yo, why is he so salty though? Like, everybody get called to sleep here.
Leaders need they rest. Leave my boy alone. Nah, but on the real though, man.
Composure, like
to
see
he got that real down south shit to him. Yo, Tommy got it too. I'm just saying, like, he got that shit.
To see him win that was important.
You could tell he played football or some shit. He got that.
Yeah, definitely.
That camaraderie.
To see them come back and not lose a game in the end says a lot about. And this is why I brought up last week, and you was like, well, every team practices against every team. The two teams that needed to practice against each other did, and they played way better. That was the Kings and the Warriors, because they're the only teams on the West Coast that can travel kind of close to each other. The other close team is Portland, which is way up. So that's why I felt that was important. Then when the Sacramento went to Golden State, that was big. They needed that, because when you're playing against bots, you're not getting that same intensity at the end of the game. You need that interaction with humans to feel that, to know how to react. Now, I said they never had that, but they didn't have it in this environment. And I think that's why they were that little bit of scrimmaging helped both teams. All right. Now, one team happened to slip, other team happened to succeed. Goes into composure again.
Definitely did.
Now, coaching. Let's talk about that. Coaching with composure.
Hold on.
So who else you thought had composure?
Man, at the studios, definitely Ramo.
New York?
You're right. That New York, like, it's built into to be a line.
He definitely, if I didn't know he was from New York, I knew he's from New York by watching him play. His heart and determination, that's part of the composure.
Listen to this, right? They were talking a lot of smack. Not a lot, mediocre smack. We already touched on the studio atmosphere. Yeah. But they were talking smack to Ramo. Right?
Definitely.
Somebody gonna scream out, "Hot shot the best big on Space Jam" when they was, Listen, Ramo played like a number 5 pick. Same thing we said about Fad just a while ago.
Definitely.
When it starts coming like down to the wire and your number gets called and we look at them 1 through 10 pick, we look at them shits.
Yep.
Ramo played like a number 5 or number 1 pick, whatever number he went. He went 5.
Definitely.
Y'all know what I meant.
Definitely.
He didn't let anything get to him. He had like 4 or 5 big possessions, all Ramo. Offensive rebounds, passes, everything. All Ramo. Shout out so far ahead. You did your teammates. You did your thing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I don't mean it like that. But when I say it was all Ramo,
no, he stepped up.
He really stepped up.
And he took over that game.
And he took initiative. And that was someone that was really composed. As far as when we go on the other side now, he checked Listen, they were composed, right?
Hold on.
Oh,
I want to tell you and do it over this heat check.
Hold on.
But go ahead.
Heat check played a great game to me. All right, they played a great game. All right, look, heat check was up. They were up, right?
Yes.
They missed it. In the beginning of the game, the Pistons hit like maybe I got the LeBron memory. I ain't even gonna do it, you know. Beginning of the game though, the Pistons hit about 3 contested shots, maybe.
Yeah.
3 well defended shots. Heat check missed 3 wide open shots. That's the game changer right there. But more of the story is the Heat were up about all the way until about the third quarter and the third.
True that.
And I think I saw Famous make a video and they just went back to their old habits, you know. And it ties into the next topic. You know, the way we're talking about with coaching, he wasn't able to say much.
True.
You know, I was there. I was watching the body language. I was watching everything. He was just there, like turning his back, just doing mad. You understand what I'm saying? He was doing a lot. But he couldn't say much because it would have been a fine.
True.
He could only speak during timeouts, and there was a point where they got a lead, and the lead was about 4. And you know when you get them leads, you got to capitalize. They came down with the lead. They had 2 bad possessions, and he's like, "What is going on?" He didn't say that, but he
thinking that.
He's like, "What is going on?" Because right now, this is when we supposed to blow the game out.
Exactly.
We got to end it.
Exactly.
You know, and due to the way coaching is situated, unfortunately, he wasn't. I feel like we're not able to get the best out of Famous enough as a coach.
Definitely.
And
you're right.
That's just what I take from it as far as the rules and everything.
It's a detriment how the coaching is set up. Because you get a very limited amount of time in a timeout. Even though, yes, you get 6 timeouts, 3 of those timeouts is to stop somebody from going up the court.
3 in the keys.
Yeah, 3 in the keys. You get 1 or 2s.
Lose balls.
So you're really getting 2 to 3 timeouts a game to talk to your team. And within that timeout, you have to give the players a chance to talk and adjust. So you only giving yourself maybe 10 to 15 seconds at the end of it. Now, let's say if I was coaching, what I'll do is get your adjustments out in the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds of a full timeout, get it out. So then I'm going to speak on what we need to be focusing on going right in. So I want my voice to be the last voice you hear.
Shit. You're not even factoring the 8 seconds it take him to get to the headset.
True that. But he should already be prepared for that. Once they call timeout, you got to be running. You got to be running. You know your time on the clock. That purple afro got to roll, baby. Got to roll with the afro.
Nah.
Got to roll.
It don't take my
Grab that afro and go.
It don't take my boy low. I'm just saying.
Grab that afro and go, baby.
And it's also like, what can you really harp on during the timeouts, though? Because when you call timeout, you kind of want to talk about the last 2 minutes now, or the last 3 minutes.
And you bring up a good point. Now, it depends on the situation, but I noticed a lot of coaches in this league, they're coaching that moment or what happened in the past. Great example, championship game, Blazers, 76ers. If that coach would have called a timeout, reason why he probably didn't call a timeout. The reason why he probably didn't call a timeout because he thinking to himself, I only can talk about what just transpired. No, you're supposed to set them up for the future. Timeout. Whoa, they're coming back. They just hit 2 threes. Slow down. Run this. Run that. Foul. Steal. Boom. You supposed to set them up for the next 2 minutes. So you ain't got to say nothing and it's execute game plan.
Speaking of coaching, I want to point out, back to Fab. Fab, I gave you a lot of praise this episode. I'm going to keep doing it throughout. But whatever, back to Fab. He was the coach for the Celtics last week. I'm not saying the Celtics coach didn't coach. I'm just saying he was the coach.
Oh, he pat you on the back.
That's what he did.
He got you with the good pat on the back.
Yo, he could
He suited up. He suited up. He could pat on the back.
Yo, he got that touch, boy. What's that? Avengers? You know the Avengers? you know the girl that be the person that be touching people. He be like sleep or whatever. You get too excited. You get too excited. He come through.
Relax.
That's it.
That's his culture right there.
That's it for my boy. I mean,
that's more than Blazers game. He just look at you like.
That's why you gotta give back. That's just why you gotta give certain teams a little more credit. Like Mr. Slaughter on the Jazz, that boy in that huddle.
Definitely.
Halftime, he's just
another team lacking good coaching, and the players have to do. It's so. I don't think they realize how much work the players are putting in on the coaching side. Like, they shouldn't have to.
They really shouldn't have to.
They should be focused on minor adjustments. the coaches should be focused on the major stuff to get you through the game. You got a lot of, like I said, you got a lot of managers and not a lot of coaches.
But it's not even like the coaches' fault. Like, we just need a format that the coaches can.
It need to be a more basketball format.
Okay,
definitely.
Talk your talk. Like how?
All right. So basically, in a regular basketball game, even during timeouts, you're running your mouth throughout the whole game. You can't stop a coach.
That's a tech.
You get a fine. In the 2K league, that's a fine. You talk out of turn, that's a fine. Your 6-man stands up to talk to the coach, that's a fine.
Oh yeah, only during top. Oh man,
it's crazy. Like they gotta change that. They're basing it off of like other e-league sports. It's different, and within that, you might get an advantage because they're thinking like, oh, you're watching the screen, you might have an advantage. It's basketball. We're all seeing the same thing. In a sense, so it doesn't change if I'm getting up.
We just need that different perspective. From
definitely,
we need.
And we as a community got to speak up. We as a community got to speak up on that. That's got to be us.
What do you mean? You feel we need to hit up Brendan Donahue and let him know?
Yeah, like, Brendan Donahue, Sam, and we gotta talk to them. Tell them like, look,
because it will also help the 2K Studio atmosphere kind of to
definitely
see the coaches getting players
and that goes back to what.
Because we could create a Greg Popovich now. We could create
coaches
that give the coach more spotlight instead of the background.
And if you're not going to have the coaches coach doing just straight timeouts, then it should be more on the floor interviews with coaches. They serve no purpose if they're not going to at least talk. At least tell us what the players were talking about. You could do that because that's a great interaction. When it's a little bit low and how they go to the second screen, they sometimes bring up Dirk and Dirk talks. Let's have a coach interview. You got the little black girl there. Let her talk. She got a little mic. Let her talk. Yo, hey, Coach such. What were y'all talking about in that timeout? Do that.
I find myself agreeing with you a lot today, man.
You know, your boy is right, you know.
You got some good points.
You know, I got no hair because of the hairline's a little crazy. I had to think a little harder today, but it's all good. We here. We here though.
Whoa, baby. Anyway,
soon, man. My mama gonna bring me back to life though. He gonna bring me back. He got 99 overall rating on hairline.
We back to MVP or bust.
The MVP tracker. We ain't gonna go with that first. We gonna go to bust. Let's go to bust.
Listen, I was in that studio.
Talk to me.
When small shot, my boy Big Shot Moody hit like 3 or 5 big shots in a row. Finally, I looked back. I said, "Who said Moody a bust?" Keep that same energy. I should check the Twitter thing right now, the little search.
So you checking your own Twitter then?
Who said, huh?
You checking your own Twitter?
That's what I need to do. I need to
because your Twitter, you said you was a bust last time.
Hell no, I
ain't that
I'll never say my boy a bust, man.
He was a bust.
I said
he a bust at the pick he was taking and he still is a bust at 4.
Maybe I didn't convey it right, but what I meant to say was Moody did the right thing as far as promoting himself. He had the best marketing team.
Oh yeah,
he did his thing, and I said that we couldn't blame him for that.
Exactly. You know? Yeah, eSports behind him. He was good, man. That's the best marketing team in the business.
I could have said we couldn't blame. You know, I said you know what I mean.
Exactly.
That's my guy, and I'm happy he showed out today.
Exactly.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm happy he showed out. Sean Wynn,
Let's say this. I want to talk about Sean Wynn.
Okay.
Do I still think he's a bust? Yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
I agree. Before you even tell me why, I agree. But continue.
Yeah, I feel like they're working too hard to make him the focal point star of the team. It's too much effort to figure out how to get him going because he was the 16th pick. You made a mistake. Take that L. Levert or Vert is your star. That's who you focus on.
I think I definitely touched on it last week as far as when the GMs and stuff stopped calling up. So I said, this was our number 1 pick.
Yep.
He averaging 6.
Exactly.
I definitely remember that.
Now don't get me wrong. Their game plan was flawless. Game plan, flawless. Knicks should have lost that game. But 2K God's on their side. Let me ask you a question about that. Do you think that was animations or that was just poor time management on the?
I've been on time management. I'm tired of the time management.
But what I mean,
I'm tired of talking about it. It wasn't animation, but I'm tired of talking about time.
So it was. Well, you felt it was the animations that made them not get back.
No.
Because they always celebrate.
I'm not blaming animations. I'm just saying.
Because that will slow you up.
Whether it was animations or not, I'm sick of the time. I'm sick of time management. I'm sick of.
Somebody needs to say get back. When Tommy Cook hit his game winner, what was the first thing out of his mouth? Everybody sit down, get back.
I'm tired.
That's basketball.
I'm tired of poor clock management in the league.
True that.
This is week.
How you celebrating when you ain't win yet?
First week, but I'm just tired of seeing all these comebacks. It's great to see for the casuals, like I was saying. But me personally, like, you boys are good. Let's get them jitters out. Me in the studio, like, I see that you guys are still nervous. I understand why you're nervous too, because saying the wrong word may get you fined.
Exactly.
May get you that, but I'm trying to see my boys ball out. If I knew you were good, you need to be good on the sliders. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to say that you guys were not built for this moment.
Exactly.
So this is the grand stage, and some of you guys are still moving like you have jitters.
Exactly.
Cut that out. Let's get to bowling.
We are now at the point. You played about 6-7 games. You should be comfortable.
Next week, the cutoff week for that jitter stuff.
Definitely.
Heard it here first. Next week, you get no passes if you jittery next week.
Definitely.
Because that means you're not built for the moment and you a noodle. Not trying to hear that.
And you're not top 102. You can't stay in a little studio. And you're right about that.
You can't. Boys are sweating and it's cold in the studio. You know? It's just crazy. I mean, if you sweating and you win, excuse this comment. I'm just saying. This is crazy, man. It's crazy.
I'm just like, and the Warriors game it confused me because it's like a bad team that plays good.
Okay, so like I said, when I gave the Warriors their draft grades, I don't remember it was a bad draft grade, but I said they had a lot of potential.
They do.
They have all pieces of players that have huge potential, and that's why. And with the coach Rusty, he's also a good coach. I didn't get to see him in the studio, but he looked like he was doing work.
He's making great game plans. His failure is adjustments when the game plan isn't working. He's not adjusting fast enough.
You see, they also made an adjustment, put in each sleep hoop in the line for the first time also. So that probably thing number one. Wait, speaking of coaching adjustments, the Jazz left Tipsy at home.
Yeah, and
when I first got,
we don't know why, but it seemed odd.
I mean, when I first got in the studio, I asked this guy, I said, "Where's Tiff?" Because you know why? Because the studio was quiet.
Yeah.
In my opinion, not singling out Tiff, but just in my opinion, like, we need to start marketing players besides
Definitely.
That Boy Dimes.
Definitely.
Like, Tiff is a brand.
And a lot of it is the players. You have to understand, you have to seize this moment. And a lot of players are not seizing the moment.
They need to do more?
Definitely. You should be on Twitch. You should be doing YouTube. Someone like, let's give a great example. Someone like Adam the First Cooter, who has a substantial YouTube. He's dropping a video maybe once a week. He should be pumping out content.
Maybe it's a lot. Oh! I got it. I just remembered. I saw a famous tweet something about how the process to getting a video dropped is really getting cleared by the NBA is really meticulous.
Oh, okay.
They really watch everything that's being put out.
Okay.
It's a big clearance thing. But even then, so that means the video should be dropping soon because then you should have like 5 to 6 videos
ready to go.
Clearance.
Ready to go.
Clear. Let's get them out.
Because it's interesting, because it does seem like with Twitch, they not monitor that. They let you stream pretty much. Like, you get on, you can stream when you want.
To stream, yeah.
Because Tippy streams pretty much like his regular schedule.
Streaming Fortnite.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying they were waiting for the equipment and things like that, but it's kind of
which is possibly.
Well, actually, it's kind of weird to me though because we've had since April, but I mean they're gonna get onto it. It's just that I guess they really was. Some people I know they were really focused on winning right now, so they didn't get to seize the moment. But they had the same issue when people were mad, and only Moody, and maybe a few others, but I know Moody for sure. Only Moody marketed himself.
True.
Nobody pushed for that number one pick. Everyone said Dimes was better. Not one person said, "Oh, here's my." Not a mixtape. The mixtapes, we're not trying to watch that. That's separate. But no one's saying, here's my,
Mixtape making me yawn.
Yeah. I think people need to understand stuff. I'm not even going to. That's a whole different topic.
That's a whole different topic.
That's a whole different topic. But,
hashtag stop mixtape.
Stop them on 2K and real life. You could do something else, but a lot of people, I felt they could have done more. And the only people that did that was, Winner and, Moody, and I think maybe Sean Wynn tried to do something. I'm not sure, but
he tried. That's why he was able to boost up to the first round.
Yeah, it's just sell yourself. You are a brand. Sell yourself.
Got to. And
shout out ZDS.
Definitely shout out to ZDS.
He was a star. I just wanted to.
He is a star.
Just random.
He's definitely a star, and to me, more than Radiant, the face of the Sixers, but we'll get into that.
I don't know why you gotta pit two teammates against each other.
I'm not putting them against each other, but if I gotta go with the face, if I gotta say he G Unit, and who 50 Cent and G-Unit? ZDS. Who Lloyd Banks and Yayo? Radiant.
First of all, G-Unit was 2003. Stop comparing them boys. Come on, at least say a Philly.
Ain't no groups out right now.
A Philly group was saying, well, what was Beanie Siegel group, man?
State Property?
Come on, they ain't Philly, man.
You right. I can at least say State Property.
Nah, but I know what you mean, but no, he's not the face. He just the story. He the Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. As Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, I can respect that. That's the best way to describe that. They're both equally good stories. He's just producing more out of his role. He's
out of his role. Thank you. You worded it right. Not producing more out of
his role.
But you can say Radiant's producing more out of his role because Radiant is.
See, I don't know.
No one else is producing that point guard. No one is dying that point guard. I'm sorry. No one is dying on that point guard. Well, except for the GOATs. Except for the ones.
Yeah. I just feel like Radiant is being Radiant. It's like saying Dimes is producing more or Fab is producing more.
So you want to take that away from Radiant?
If you're good, you're good. I don't know how we could keep sitting here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, man. I just think if you're good, if you've always been good, and you're playing good, that's what you're supposed to do. It's like saying, good example is Jordan. Jordan is Jordan. It doesn't change anything if he comes in the league playing good. He's always been Jordan. He's supposed to be Jordan.
That's the same issue they have with Brian about not giving Brian respect this year and stuff like that. It's just, you can't do that because it's a new system and some people done folded on the new system.
Yeah, but he's playing in a position that he's comfortable.
Guna folded. Some people done folded.
True. Like, Guna definitely folded.
It's like Radiant, yes, he's living up to his name, but he still needs the credit, especially since it's a new audience. You know, it's definitely a new audience and he needs the credit.
Definitely.
He definitely needs
I'm giving him his credit.
Yeah.
I'm not. I just think because he's a top PG, he's in the top
so
PG
conversation. That's what he's supposed to do, man.
Yeah. I think I'm giving him the credit saying that he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Here's my thing. This might be left field, but here's my thing. What do you think about Dom doing what he's supposed to do as far as like getting that news and still participating in them tournaments? You know, I know I went a little left.
No. Let's talk about that. Well, first let's say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. It's Mother's Day. You know, it's Mother's Day every day, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. The Dom situation, I mean,
my heart goes out to him. I'm just
definitely, man.
Definitely. Just
to even continue on to play,
it says a lot.
Says a lot about your character as a man, and that's as much as I can really say.
That's it.
About right it. He's strong.
We can move on.
It
strong.
It says a lot.
Like we spent a lot nitpicking people. Not to cut you off. But
yeah, go ahead.
We just spent a lot nitpicking people games and all that. But just to say that we don't even know what people be going through.
True.
And for him to be going through that and performing the way that he did,
definitely. Salute.
That's down. That's no
first shake. You have the first shake, first salute.
That's a fact.
And like just to cap that off, it says a lot to his Dallas Maverick teammates. It's like, you know, when you down, when you're depressed, look what I went through. Let's pull together and win. That's the strongest bonding thing ever he could have did. You know, it's like, and no, I know he didn't do it for that, but
no, of course not. But yeah. But we know what you mean. Like that right there is the.
That's gonna be the glue that get him through tough games.
That's like Dom sacrificed this for my squad.
Exactly.
He went to ball when he went to bat for us.
Exactly. He was like, you know, he didn't have to play this week. You know, he played. You know, that says a lot. And
that right there probably just tells you the mentality of Mad Gaming now. They probably run through a wall for Doms.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So,
you see the next day. Mark Cuban was in the studio with us, so you know it's lit.
Mark Cuban came in on his birthday. Yeah. I already.
Well, I wonder how does it feel to have a billionaire? Is he a billionaire? I think he's a billionaire. Billionaire's phone number. You know he got his phone number, right? Like the night of the draft, he's like, Mark Cuban was like, "This is my phone number. Just save it." You know how I'm like, dang, I could just call you. Yo, I need like 100,000. I'm messed up in the game right now. I need like 100,000, yo. Student loans, cuz. Yo, Mark, hook me up. I need that Maybach, cuz. All kinds of ignorant.
You gotta pick his brain. That's what Dom gotta do.
I'm like, look, I'm trying to get on season 85 of Shark Tank, man.
Dom gotta pick his brain. Dom gotta get soak up every little knowledge from him.
He do it. I think and Dom's. Outside of that's what makes it a great position for Doms, just going about being drafted and where you're going. Because at first I didn't see the benefit of it, but to be around someone with the owners involved like that, because he's one of the few owners that you see.
That's what I'm wondering, is Shaq involved? Because if Shaq is involved, that's tough too.
See, I want to talk about that. Kings Guard has the best team of executives and all that, but that's without Shaq speaking on the team. If you notice, he's living his life. You haven't heard him say a word yet.
Said anything. Was that just a marketing ploy?
It probably was, but at some point, Shaq will speak on it. I think because the other E-League things that he's involved in, like eSports things he's involved in, he doesn't have to really speak. If they need a tweet to boost it up, he'll tweet it. And we're not at that point where we need a tweet to boost us. We're good right now. We're starting out. We don't need that. But it would have been cool to see him around them at some point. But I think he will be. You'll see him at some point in the season actually connect with the team. But yes, I still have them as my runners for the executive of the year.
On that note, that's your hot take? Is that your hot take? Cause we gotta wrap it up with a hot take. What?
Alright, we can wrap it up with that.
What's your hot take?
My hot take is you're gonna be very surprised by how many wins and losses you had on this week one that you said in the take that we put out on Twitter. Cause you had a lot of L's in there, I had a lot of W's. Yes, I did. I did, big fella. Yes, I did.
No.
But we gonna get into that when we get to that.
I remember the take. What are you talking about?
No.
You went Warriors over the Knicks.
No, wait. I didn't go Warriors over the Knicks.
Wow.
You went 70s. No, you went somebody over somebody that.
No, I did go over 6, but that was me.
Yes.
That was me just trying to go left field. I gotta do that. I know disrespect to the Sixers.
I want to talk about one team before we go into the MVP tracker and then we wrap. Are we finished there?
Yeah, clear it up. Just say you want to talk about one team.
Alright, so I want to talk about one team. The Raptors. I feel like they're a good team. Detoxies. And it goes kind of into a little bit of composure because we didn't get a chance to touch on them. Yeah, like what?
Now, I don't know if he was nervous. Listen, the Toxics was not pulling on.
He was not pulling shots.
Playing like someone that won 50K.
What do you do?
That's where you were wrong at. Sorry, not to cut you off. That's where you picked the Raptors over somebody. That's what I remember. All right, continue.
Did I might have picked them over the first game.
Raptors over the Mavs, you said.
Yeah.
And I said, Kobe not ready for day for And I said
yes, that's correct.
I was correct when I said the Raptors offense doesn't know what they want to do.
Yes, that's correct.
Don't know what they want. Go.
So, what? I mean, it's definitely a coaching thing, too. You got to coach up your best player. This is a Sean Wynn situation. At some point, when do you say, okay, we can't worry about you getting off. It's more important that we win games. And the offense, obviously, is Kobe and Kenny running the high pick and roll or deep throwing it in the post. Whatever you want to call it. But
so what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do?
To me, I don't care when you get drafted. I think in this type of league, I think people are putting too much emphasis on it. Unless it's a winner stays on situation where you drafted poorly.
First.
Yeah.
It was only the first game.
Yeah.
But right now, people are putting way too much emphasis on draft.
Yeah. Detoxies is Detoxies. He's played that way. He's a player that when it chips it down, you kick it to him, he makes that shot. He's that player. He's not a take over, get you 30 again.
He's been a passive player, so
yeah.
So is Kenny.
So it's weird to be asking him to do that. So
it's not weird because he has it in him. It's not weird because he has.
Then that's on the coaching to bring it out.
It's weird. Maybe. It's not.
It's been like 7 games.
It's not. They don't have an offense.
They don't.
They don't have an offense.
They don't.
They won the few games because Kobe was doing post work, which I said was gonna get boxed. They need to find an offense.
You did say Dave Fry was going to box it. So.
They need to find an offense.
They do.
And in the other game, Kobe was like 11 for 13, and then all of a sudden he went like 1 for 9. They don't have an offense. Kobe gets clamped, it's over.
It's true, and he's a great sitter, but he's not top 5. So if he's not a person that can get clamped and then bounce back, like he got clamped and they lost. See what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
it's like
he can't always dominate. Put it like that. That's the better way to say it.
He's gonna dominate, but he's not always gonna dominate.
Yeah, exactly.
And no center's gonna always dominate. Even Hot Shot struggled a few times.
Oh, yeah, he struggled.
No one's gonna dominate.
He struggled, definitely.
No, like every center has struggled so far, except maybe Dave Fry struggled one game. But I think he came back in that same game that he struggled in.
Yeah.
So that shows the difference. But anyway, they don't have an offense, and it's pissing me off actually that they don't have an offense. Like I said it from jump that they've been there having an offense. Everyone's saying that they have this, they have that, they're spacing well, they're doing it. They don't have an offense. They don't have anyone aggressive enough on the team. There is no offense. My game plan against you is Once I stop Kenny, them boys is gonna break. Detoxy is not gonna shoot. He's freezing up in the corner.
Yep.
Come on.
And they were supposed to be one of the better drafted teams.
They draft a great team. No, they drafted a great team.
They drafted team.
The team dynamic, all that, it was just excellent. I love the whole process that they drafted.
Yeah, it's just weird that they're not winning.
It's not weird. They have no offense.
But like I said, that comes down to coaching. That's what happens when you hiring League of Legends minds for 2K.
I don't know, man. I ain't
you know,
that's your hot take.
I'm hot taking like a mug today.
I'm not. I can't throw no coach fire until that record says 2-7.
Okay.
No, like you know what I mean, right? Maybe I could throw Utah some fire. And nah, all right.
I mean,
no, 3-7.
Utah can get some smoke, but we gonna hold Utah smoke because
I want to be fair.
See, you know the problems with Utah? We can be fair because they're gonna win games without having a great coach, and that's the bad part about it. They're gonna win so many games because they have a great. Because whoever was the mind behind the draft drafted a great team.
Shout out to them. They were in the community.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
So their draft is saving their actual process of how they win and how they lose. That's what's saving them.
I definitely agree with that. It's just that I want to reserve the smoke because my smoke be a little harsh, you know.
We can reserve it.
No. You can give them the smoke, but my smoke a little different. I feel like when I start with the smoke, people start hitting me up, and it's an issue. Cause now I'm gonna let you know, like, you know, I'm really.
It's the truth. Truth shall set you free, my brother.
You know, so I keep my smoke until the smoke is apparent.
All right, we can do that. So, episode 2, man.
It's a great show, man.
Great show, man. We did a good job.
You know what? I didn't let you do your MVP thing. I skipped over it on purpose. Now I'm tired of hearing your MVP. Give your top 3 or top 4. All
right, can I you just hate on my MVP? Because I want to show our ZDS. The sliders is up. He moved up. He number 1 now. ZDS number 1 to MVP. And he stayed up there. Balled out. Hit greens on both sides of the court. That's that guy. ZDS number 1. Number 2 now. Vert moved down a little bit. He in the bottom 5. In my top 10, at number 10, I got Fab.
It's week 1!
I'm just saying.
Oh my God!
And look at it right there.
No, it's no MVP race unless you're talking about Fabulous and Dom. It's week 1. I don't want to hear nothing.
Fab is 10, Dom's is 5.
Listen, for all we know, everyone can figure out the meta and ZDS can fall all the way down. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. ZDS is out here.
You're the man. But listen, it's week 1, man. Listen, next week,
ZDS
if you come with this
MVP
talk, if you come with this MVP talk, next week I'm walking off the show.
MVP ZDS.
We wrapping it up, man.
76 is gaming.
Wrap it up, man.
T Freshie, I see you, man. Best 6 man in the game.
At the end of First Shake, man, episode 2.
2.
It was fun. My boy Frank.
My boy Comp Games. You already know.
We'll be back next week.
Next week, same bad time, same bad channel.
You already know. What?
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
17, the cops ran down with the burner out. Said that I fit the description of someone burning out and stolen whips. I swear to God I didn't flinch. Never thought for a second that this was it.